All right, so today today we will be doing this LeetCode easy problem plus one 66 number question. The thing with this question is, first time I solved it, I had to uh, take help. The next time I tried, it gave out error. So another thing is that I revised what should be done. Now I'm more clear with the cases that need to be taken care of, especially with the single 9-digit case. That is what needs to be taken care of, and many other cases. So this kind of question is something for me, like now I'm doing it again so that I just have it in my memory and I'm able to explain what I'm doing. So yeah, so first of all, we are given the numbers wherein we have to take the numbers of the digits array. We have to increment a 1 in the end. So it's 1 to 3, it becomes 1 to 4. So the cases that can exist here are, there can be a case that is visible 1 2 3 type. There can be cases visible just 9 in it, and there can be cases where there are multiple lines. So you need to see how to work with every one of them. So basically, first of all, we'll start simple. So we'll create a for loop and taking I. So now we'll be taking I from the last index. So we'll start the loop from the last index going till the first index, because we need to basically do whatever we have to do in the last index currently. So going from digits dot length -1, I greater than equal to 0. Yeah, it can't be less than 0, so obviously I minus minus. Yeah, so this loop will start from the end index and go to the first. So now what will happen is that now we need to increment the digits. All right, so what we need to see here is that we need to increment the last digit only. But if the last digit is 9, we need to make sure that we handle it with care, because that then it becomes 10. So the output won't be the desired one, because we don't need 1 2 3. Suppose it was 1 2 1 2 and 9, so we don't want 1 2 and 10. We want 1 2 1 0 in the array. So what we can do is, we can have digits index plus plus. So we iterate from the last, we add 1 to each, but we need to make sure that we do it only with the last element. So let's see. So it's 1 2 3, we iterate from the last, and then we take it a step further, we increment the digits. So let's try to try run it. Let's try to try run. So if I is 3 in the given test case, so if I is 3, then it becomes 4. If it is 2, it becomes 3, and if it is 1, it becomes 2. But we don't need that. We don't need to increment everything else. All we need to do is need to increment the last digit. So okay, so we do this increment part, and then let's figure out how to stop it right there at the last. Let's try to work out with another condition that involves 9 in it. So for example, if it was 1 2 3, instead of 3 there was 9, 1 2 9. So it could have been It's recording. So it could have been 1 2 9 plus 1 1 3 0. Alright, so the thing is that the last element needs to be incremented, but if that's a 9, then obviously the other elements will also be incremented. So suppose the case is 1999, that will become 2000. So in this case, the first index was also incremented. So this digit I plus plus works, but now we need to find out that how we do it for the 9, so that it works perfectly fine. It increments the last if it's not 9, and then stops, and it increments the first one if it's 9. So let's try with some if statement. Let's ignore digits plus plus for a moment. So if digits I are less than 9, that means not 9 but 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. If that's less than 9, then we can increment them, obviously, because see, they need to be incremented. So then we will increment them. Let's see how it works. Then we will increment them. So if it's less than 9, digits plus plus, digits I plus plus. So if it starts in the last element, so if it's less than 9, that's 3. It plus plus, it becomes 4. All right, so fair enough. But now let's see how it works with if it's 9. So we come out of the if. So if it's less than 9, then index I plus plus. If it's 9 actually, then what we can have is digits I set to 0, because if it's 9, then obviously if for example if the last element is 9, then it will become 0. That's what we need, obviously. So let's take an example. Suppose the last element was, in the case of 3, it was 9, then again. So if it's 9, so the last element will be becoming 0, and then it will be incrementing the next element as the loop works over here. So yeah. So this case is, I guess, okay. So now what if our solution is having just a 9 as given in example 3. So for that we need to visible increment, obviously, but we need extra space. We need that extra space because first of all we only had one element, now we have two elements. So we can create int answer, that is basically new new int having digits plus 1, digits dot length plus 1. Okay, so let's initialize it above. Int n equals to digits dot length length. So here also we can do it just n, makes it more clean. Here we can have n plus 1, simple. So now we have a new array that is having 1 plus element space for this case. So now if okay, so if we talked about the first case. If it starts from the last index and goes to the first, if they are less than 9, we'll have digits I plus plus. Okay, so the for loop starts, it starts from 4, that was less than 9, so yeah, it becomes 4, and then if it's less than 9, it becomes 4, and then digits I, if it's 9, becomes 0. Alright, so now we have a new array in the answer that is having length plus 1. The array represented is having the integer 9 in it. So what we need to do is, so the digits I was 0 in the above statement. So if it is 9, then we can make it 1 and 0. So that becomes, so that makes if digits 0th element is just 9, what we can do is we can make digit answer what we can do is we can make so in the above statement we did set digits I as 0. So considering that it had only one element, that was 9, so it caught that it was 9, it made the I 0. So what we can do is we can just simply state that if digits 0 was 9, so we can just make answers first index as 1, because initially we have 0 given in the top. So we did set it as 0. Now we just need to make the other element as 1, the new array that we created. If it is having it's also having additional space for it. So answers first element, answers 0th element can be 1, and return. See, now I guess the solution is not right, because I'm returning digits, but I have made the new array as answer 1, so that will obviously 1 2 4. If digits I was less than 9. Alright, so let's think about it more. Let me just write a little bit. So if it's 1 2 3, what we have to do is we have to take the last element, we have to increment 1 in it. So we start the loop from the last element, the for loop from the last element, and then what we do is that we add 1, that is I plus plus. So it makes 4 as it makes 3 as 4, right? So but the condition is if the digits I is less than 9, that means not equals to 9, but everything that is less than 9, so it makes it 4. Yes, so the for loop won't stop, obviously. So what we can do is we can return digits right here, if it makes sense. Nope. Unreached statement. Yep. If we return, we can't reach whatever is beneath. See, the thing is, I have the logic in my head. I just need to implement it in the right manner. So we can consider cases. All right. So we can consider now cases. But I need to figure out one thing about this for and if loop in the starting. That how do I make sure that it is not incrementing everything that comes under it? Okay. So let's try to make sure that it's working fine. So let's try to make sure return digits. Okay, so let's remove everything that's beneath it. All right, so when we return the digits, okay, so it gives output as 0 0 0. How about removing this, running this? Okay, so it makes that's the thing I was worried about. So it's making every element. Obviously, it's a for loop, so it'll iterate over every element. So it's making every element plus 1. So it's making 1 and 2 also plus 1. But we don't need that. So what we can do is we can increment that we have to do, but we have to do it till the for the last element only. So if int I is starting from the last element, that is n minus 1, it's going till the next element. So how do we, so the for loop is fine. The for loop is fine because you have to go till the first element in order to make sure that if you are having an the last element as 9, so you need to increment the other digit as well. So the for loop is fine because it needs to go till the last element. But how do I make sure that it covers the last element, it increments that last element, but then it doesn't move ahead? So for example, if I have 1 2 and 3, so if I start a for loop, so initially digits is incrementing, digits I is getting incremented obviously. How do I stop that? It's something like if it's not 9, then increment the last element only. So if the last element is not 9, then increment the last element only and stop right there. And if it's 9, then check for other values. How about that? Alright, so let's think about that condition. Like how to stop it first of all. So let's think about that. So if digits I is less than 9, you need to increment. That's obvious. You need to increment in order to get the desired result. Right. But now you need to stop as well. How do I do that? How do I stop? How about if it's 9 plus plus, if it's less than 9, then it increments. It increments and then it goes plus plus 1 2 4. First of all, it becomes 4, then it makes 2 as 3, it makes 1 as 2. Yeah. But then if what if for int j that starts from 0 that goes till n minus 1, not exactly, it goes till n minus 2 and j plus plus, it goes as digits minus minus. How about that? Let's see. Bad operand types. Digits, oh my bad. Digits j minus minus. Let's see about that. All right. So why did that happen? Why was 1? Okay, so 2 stayed. Is it because of this? Maybe yes. Oh, my bad. I'm guessing yes, it was because of that. And okay, sorry. And minus 1. So j starts from 0 and goes to n minus 1. Why is 1 getting how is 2 becoming why is it happening like that? So if the loop starts, I'm out of the if loop now. So for j that is zeros, that starts from 0, let's put that for loop inside of it, if statement. Okay, let's run that right now. Minus 1. Why? If I'm subtracting, the last element remains untouched, but all of them just get. Okay, so I need to come out of that for loop for that. My bad. I need to leave that for loop because let's see. How about now? All right. So we figured out the first 2 cases. Yep, they work fine. They work absolutely fine, right? But now the issue is with the last case. So we need to now figure out like how to do it with just the 9-1. So what is the output? Output is 9. So now we just need to make sure. So now we took all the numbers that were less than 9, we incremented them, and then we decreased 1 from them till the not the last element, and that's now fine. The loop works fine for all the cases. I don't know about all the cases, but yeah, given 2 cases out of 3. So now the third case is just about 9. So for that, here we had a whole new code written. So basically now our int answer is the new array that we have created, and that is saying you have length plus 1. So now if the length was 1, it is having length 2. So now we can have 2 elements in it perfectly fine. So if the digits 0th element, that is in this right here in this case, is 9, then answers 0, will be 1. All right, so another thing is now I think the point where I'll get stuck is I'll be creating 2 different arrays for the answers. So one that is containing 1 to 3 and 4 3 to 1, that the array digits work perfectly fine perfectly fine for it. But now I guess I'll be creating a new, I need to figure out how to put all that into one array. Int answer equals to 1. Okay, so if digits 0th element equals 9, then int, let's see if we can do it with digits only. Then int digits new int +1, new int n +1. Makes it digits digits 0th element as 1 and digits first element as 0. See, I don't think it will work obviously, because I don't know. Let's see. Backspace. Let's see. I don't think it will work. Exactly. Already defined. Let's create an array answer. So now it again won't work because we're not returning answer. Yep. How do I make sure that we get everything into one? It won't work, obviously. Wow, it worked. That's nice. I don't think it will work for other test cases. Yep. If it's 99, if it's 99, then it has to be 100. Here the output is 8 and 9. So if digits, okay, so all right, so we didn't think about the case wherein all the elements are 999. We didn't think about that case. So from this, I know if I make an array, I need to return it within the condition so that it works perfectly fine. So now we didn't think about the point wherein every element is. By the way, why the 9 became 8? I never meant to subtract it, because obviously if the digits I were less than 9, then digits I plus plus. Oh, alright, the for loop, second one, that subtracted it. That should not be there. We'll figure that out. But now let's think for the condition wherein we will be dealing with all the numbers that are in the array that are 9, not one but more. So if an array is right here in front of us, suppose 9 comma 9. So if we are having, so we are leaving that first for loop just for the elements that are not 9. So now we need to cater this because both the elements are 9. So the thing is, let's try to think of what else we can do. So we can make a for loop. Alright, we can make a for loop in which we can say, like, here we have digits 0 equals 9, but it's not necessary that the last that only element will be 9. So the other element was also 9, so digits 1 is also 9. So let's make a for loop for I equals 0. If it goes till the end, if I equals 0 and goes till the end, I plus plus. If digits, if digits, alright, so if answers I, so that will be iterating in answer then. No, that will be iterating in digits only because we have digits given to us, so we need to refer to it. So if digits I equals 9, if it equals 9, then if it's 9, then make digits I equal 0 as the condition we use right here, right? Make it 0 and have the first element as 1. Let's try that. Let's make it just above it so we can just include these conditions as well. So for int I equal 0, I less than n minus 1. I need it to have the n element, so I'll keep it like that. So I plus plus, right? I plus plus. Alright, so now if digits I is equal 9, then what we can do is we can have digits but we don't need to change in digits, we need to change that in answers. So we can have it as answers I as 0 and answers 0 as 1. How about that? And then we can just here only, oh my bad, yeah, we can just here only return answer, and then we can take this. That was inside the if. Alright, so if digits I is equal 9, we'll have an array answer that is plus 1, that is n plus 1. So answers I will be 0 for every other number, that is 9. Answer's 0th element will be 1. Alright, so we need to make that sure. Returning answer, let's comment it out. Let's not submit, my bad, but we had to. Okay, it is showing an error right here. See, the thing is, I don't know why the 8 is not 9, because it had to be 9. All the elements were 0, that's fine. Why wasn't... Oh, my bad. If I am considering that if digits I is 9, yeah, if digits I is 9, for I in digits, can we do one thing? If we can put the for loop inside of it, but I don't know how that will help. But what it did was that it iterated over the digits array. It made every other element 0, and it made every other element 0. After making every other element 0, it made the first element as 1. If digits I equals 9, and let's put an and right here. Nope, we still need for the 8 to be 9. That's the thing. This minus thing, I guess, did the opposite. If digits I equals 9 to this, alright, let's have an else. We'll handle this return statement. If it's not 9, then digits I plus plus. So now we can return the answer. Oh, my bad. Answer 0th element. Yeah. Else answer 0th element is digits I plus plus value, and we return the answer right after the else, not after it ends. Control X, Control V, then it returns digits. Let's see how it works. Okay, error right here. Cannot find the simple answer. It cannot find the simple answer. Why you can't find it? I have that in the if loop. Is it like if if it's an if loop, if it's gonna stay in if. Alright, so it loop right here, it ended. How about if we put this, let's try for both. How about now? Amazing. The 3 cases I was getting right. So we now know that this loop will be coming under a condition. That's fine. That we know now. How about I declare it right here right here and then run. Let's do one thing. Let's not make an else statement. Let's make an else if statement. Right. Let's make an else if statement wherein if digits I not equal to 9, what if we declare it above? But we need to make it when the condition strikes 9. The digit I is 9. Okay, let's comment out everything. Okay, let's comment out everything. What if it happens? What if it happens? Okay, let's simplify the code then. Let us simplify the code. So now the thing is, we figure out if this thing happens, we return digits, we come out of it. Let's get this out of the picture. Well, I mean, out of the comment section. So now it's back in the code. Let's see what happens now. All right. It's working fine. So okay, so the thing is, okay, so I wasn't able to get this in the first instance, so I needed to get the return statement right there, so it stops right there. All right, my bad. It's recording. Yep, it is. All right, so I needed to get the return statement right there so that it stops. It simply stops, and if it incremented the last element and it stops, that's it, it stops. And then what we do is, if it was 9, because we came out of the if loop, so now if we came out of the if loop and that statement was actually 9, that's why we came out of it. So now we make the digits I as 0. All right, so now what we can do is that we can have the new array. All right, so now we know that every element, either that's incremented, that is not equal to 9, or that is now 0. All we need to do is we need to make sure that our new array is having the first element as 1. All right, so let's get a few things clear and simplify the code and the logic. So we have 9 that okay. So if the code, let's have a test case, the one we got right first of all. So if we look at the test case, we see 1, 2 and 3. Yeah. So the code for loop starts on the right hand side, takes 3 in consideration, and then what it does is it increments it because it was less than 9. The condition is very valid over there, and it increments it, and then it stops. Simple. It comes out of the if loop, if condition, and then it makes the digits I as 0. That means that it wasn't 9. So let's consider this situation right here. That means that was a 9. So now we have, so now when it was 9, that means it made it 0. Right, it made that 0. So now in the new array, what we need to do is that we need to make the first element as 1 and the last element as digits, other values. So the thing is that suppose the test case was right here as it's visible 8999. Yeah, if the test case was 8999, what it did was the if statement started, it made every element that is not 9 plus 1. It ended right there. So now it becomes 9000 because if it came out of the if condition and made all the elements and the digits I 0. So yeah, so now we can get the expected result, obviously, but we won't get the desired answer for this because now we need to add another element, that is 1. So what we can do is we can have if digits I how do I now the thing is now how do I make it that way that the answer takes both the things? I'm confused between the test cases. I'm confused. I just considering this example right over here. So the thing is, I guess my code works very much fine if the test case is not having any element that is if the test case is having an element that is not 9, right? The test case can't have any leading zeros. That was, I guess, given in the description. It can't have any leading zeros. Yeah, does not contain any leading zeros. So it won't be happening that the test case is starting after the output from 0. That won't happen. So my test case has pretty much did the thing in most of the cases. The only place it gets stuck, I guess, now is the 9 case, because it's only having 9. It's only having 9. So what we can do is let's have a if now. If digits, let's try if digits I is equal 9, what we can do is int let's declare the array int answer equals to new int digits, we have n plus 1. Yeah, if the digits I is 9, then we made the I 0, and if that is 9, let's see how it works. We'll solve the error if we get one. Int answer is int I n plus 1. Then answer I can be answers of first 0th element can be 1. Return answer. Let's see. All right. Error can't find the symbol digits I. Fair enough. It won't be able to find that. It won't. All right. Because we are just solving for the only 9 case. All right. Still, both the cases work fine, so that's no issue. If digits 0th element is equal to 9, we create a new array. We make, what are we getting? Expected the output. But why? Oh, my bad. I didn't assign the value. But I did. And answer is a new array that we created. And then answers first element becomes 1. And answers second element becomes 0, if that's for me to do. Let's try to understand why are we getting an error. If digits first element is 9, int answer is a new array that we created that will be having n plus 1 length. So that means a length of 2. Then we assign answers first element as value 1 and the second as 0. Then we return the answer. Then we return digits. Yeah, let's bring this up. It's very low. Yeah. Is it something related to answer not being returned? But why? Why is that happening? What if we do return digits right here? Remove this. It won't work. We can't have 2 return conditions. We can't. Digits has to go in the right, in the bottom. We can't have 2 return in the same sequence. It has to be in a loop or something. If we do that, it won't work. Let's figure out why this error is happening. It's recording, right? Let's try to figure that out. Okay. Digits 0th element is 9. Digits 0th element is 9. If that's the only element that exists right there. It answers the new array that we create. We make answer 0 as element 1. We make answers first element as 0. We return the answer. What's the error? Equal to can't be the issue because we are assigning the answer 0th element as 1. All right, it's all right. Let's let's do this. I don't think it makes it doesn't, because obviously we're not checking if it's equal or not. We are assigning it the value, so only single equal to will be right there, and then we are returning answer. But why is it not working? Why? What's the issue? Can we put this in the for loop if if that's what they need? If that's what they need. Um oh, my bad. Yeah. Return answer. Let's make this I, because we have I over there. Is it I equal 9? Nope, that won't work, because the I in the above for loop is going from last element, that will be shattering the whole code. Because yep, last element can be 9. But no, wait. Yep, it will shatter the code, I guess. It will. Oh, it didn't. Thank God. But still, I don't understand why there's no effect whatsoever on the third test case. Output is 0. It is going till here, but not till here. This isn't even being considered. Why? Why? I has been made 0. I'm saying if the digits I is 9. What if it's been made 1? I just want to check that till here only it's going. Yeah. I don't think that it's even considering the if statement. But why is it happening? Now, the thing is not about the logic at the moment. It's about that it considers the if statement. I don't want to Google or ChatGPT it, so there is some error. There is some error, but what's that error? What is that error? Is there some issue with the way I declared the array? I don't think so. I'm just saying, if digits I is equal to 9, it's not even considering, because if digits I is equal to 9, for example, here, if I is was not 9, alright, so if it is 9, but it had made them 0, every statement has gone. Basically, the thing is, it's only about the only 9 that the thing is. Um, mm, this is I equal 9. Nope, nope. Why is it not considering this? Why? Let's get this out of here. Control V. Shift F. This thing sounds invisible. Yep. Why is this thing not being considered? What happened? Why are you not doing that? Digits I is 0, that's fine. That's understood. Else digit I 0 and answer equals num plus 1. Answer equals num plus 1. Answer 0 gets to be 1 and answer 1 gets to be 0. Return answer. This shit's invisible, but let's make it also invisible. How about that? How about that? Ooh, okay, okay. Let's see if it works. If it takes it as a submission. Judging. If it worked for the case 3, now it shows error for this case. Okay. Let's see. I can't understand how. Why can't I have 2 if conditions in a for loop? Is it too much to ask for? Because I'm understanding that this statement is getting completely ignored. It's getting completely ignored. I don't know why, but it is. Let's try to work according to their rules. Return digits, it works fine. Digits I gets 0 in case the thing didn't happen. Then we create int answer, and then we get I'm pretty sure that the if statement won't work. I don't know why. Int answer is this, and answer's 0th element is 1. It'll give error for the statement as well. It's giving error for the case 3 as well. Output is coming out to be 0. Answer. Didn't this work before? I guess it did. Wait a second, was I returning answer? Yes, I was, but right now I'm not, so okay. Return answer. Saving. But now I'll show error for this statement. Oh, my bad. I'll be showing error for this statement. This case. Yep. What if? What if? What if? What if? What if we do this? Okay. How about now? My god. Huh. Why are you behaving like this? Because let's dry run. Let's again dry run. We've been on this question for a long time. It's an easy one, but still. Okay. I starts from the last loop. It checks less than 9. Yup. I plus plus. Fair enough. Fair enough. Stops. Stops right there. Returns whatever we get. Alright, in this case, it will be returning 9000. Simple. It will be returning that. That's it. Else 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 equal 9. My bad. But no, not my bad. The hell? Rearrange the code then. Was that wrong? Else illegal start of expression. Else if not a statement. Control Z. I can't control Z yet. Why? Let's take this out. Control X. I was fine with this load of crap. It'll show error for this dumb statement. Yep. Give the error. Thank you. Because I did the same thing, that's why. How do I handle that? How do I do that? Should I come out of that for loop? Should I create the should I create the array? Let's get out of the loop. All right, let's get out of the loop. But I did that before. It didn't work. If digit 0 equal 9. It didn't work. It didn't work. Let's undo it. If digit 0 equal 9, answer 0 is 1, answer 1 is 0. Is that difficult to deal with? Very. Yep, it is. Oh, because obviously Control X, Control X, Control X, Control X, Control X. I don't understand. Why is the for loop? Why is the if statement getting ignored? Why? Why is it getting ignored? I understand. I guess I understand. I do. I guess I do understand that. Because I don't have a for loop. Finally, I understood. Finally, I was wondering why it is getting ignored, and I'm very stupid for that. Finally, I understood why it was getting ignored. How much time have I spent on this question? 1 hour 13 minutes. Congratulations. That's an easy problem. Digits I. All right. Let's make a for loop. Let's make a for loop. For int I. At this point, I don't want to try. For int I less than I less than. Do we take n or answers 1? We'll take n, I guess. Less than equal n I plus plus. Equal because we need to cover the last element because that's the first element. But I0 will do that, but let's see. If n is 1, less than n becomes nothing, 0. We don't want that. Let's put the if in it. Alright, let's put the if in it. If I is 0 and I is less than n and I plus plus, if digit 0 is I, make a new loop array that is having 1 plus space, assign that thing that, let's see if it works. It won't work, I know that. My goodness, it's giving out to be the output 0. It's giving out the output as 0. Now why is it getting ignored? Should I do this? This thing again got ignored. Um, should I return answer after the if statement? Should I do that? Should I do that? It will be error. Cannot find the symbol. Answer. Obviously you can't. Obviously you can't for that. Isn't that obvious? Let's put this at the top. Let's put this at the top. I don't care. I don't care. Let's put this at the top. Now can you find the symbol? Please. Alright. Alright. Cannot find the symbol. N plus 1. What's the n? What's the n? My goodness. It knows what the n is. It's just... Okay, my bad. My bad. Control X. My goodness. It knows the n now. What's the n? It gives 0. It gets 0 comma 0. Alright. Problem solved. I mean, not completely. Answer 0 has to be 1 and answer 1 has to be 0. The output is 0 comma 0. Why? When I'm saying answer 0 has to be 1, why do you get 0? How can you get 0 for it? Alright, maybe I understood, but I don't. The int is going for I less than equal to n minus 1. That means it's going till I equal to or less than equal to 0, but it starts from 0. So can we have a modified for loop so that we get a little bit more clarity in place of this? Let's have a modified for loop for int I in digits. All right, for int I in digits, if I equal nope, if I equals 9, because I now here is the element. If I equals 9, not the index, it's the element. If I equals 9, answer 0 equal 1, answer 1, oh wow, answer 1 equal 0. That's, and then return answer. Let's ignore this. Let's run this. Isn't compatible types and cannot be converted to Boolean. My bad. What's the issue? That is digits dot length. I'm letting you have 2 as the length, n plus 1. I don't know the issue. I don't know. I'm letting it have. The thing is, it is giving the output. I'm saying answers 0th element has to be 1. Answers first element has to be 0. Answers first element is 0. Answers first element is not 1. Why? 0, 1. At 0, it's 1. Is it because what if I return right here? And I comment this out. Alright, time to open ChatGPT now. Alright. I won't open. Okay. Why am I getting for 9 as even after assigning answer 0 equal 1. Oh, why use the syntax here? The issue lies in the logic of your loops and the placement of the return statement. Specifically, the loops check for int I and digits. You are assigning 0 as 1. Itna. Inside the loop, but returning answer immediately after processing the first iteration. Alright, fair enough. I can't return outside the for loop. I can't. I technically can't. Oh wow. So it's saying there was no need for me to do anything. All I had to do was all I had to do was after it's saying me okay. So all I had to do was get out of this for loop, then declare the. Alright, let's remove everything else. Let's not the digits one. Let's remove this. Let's make it cleaner. Let's remove this. Yeah. Let's remove this. All the logic, all the stupid logic. It said just get out of the for loop. Let's remove it. If let's get out of the for loop and say declare the answer control X tab. Declare it right here, then just assign answer 0 as 1 and return answer. Did I do what it told me to do? I don't have. Do I need to remove this? Lesson learned. But I just want to confirm it. My goodness. I feel stupid because I was trying to keep this digits return statement right. Let's run this. Let's run this first of all. Obviously. So the thing is, now I feel stupid because I was trying to keep this return statement. Anyhow, I was trying so hard to keep this. Like, the only thing that had to be done was remove this. The reason being, I returned it already. I had returned digits already. When I used it to break the loop, I had returned it already, so there was no need for me to do that. If the elements were not 9, they were being incremented, and coming out of the and they were being incremented, and we were being returned with the digits. So if it was 1, 2, 3, the not 9 elements were being incremented, but the loop wasn't executing completely. After the first increment, starting from the last element, we were stopping the loop. It incremented 1. So suppose if I was less than if I was equal to n minus 1, so if I was considering the test case as 1 2 3 1, so here 3 is having index of 0 1 2, length being n, that is 3. 3 minus 1 2, when I is equal to 2, so what we have as the value is 3 digits 3 plus plus, it becomes 4, return digits 1 2 4, it returned. Done. So now we come out of the if loop. If I was 9, then if I was less than 9, it was returning the digits after incrementing the last element. If it wasn't less than 9, then it was 9. Obviously it can't be greater than 9, as the question doesn't allow that. So then the I were being set as 0. All I had to do was return answer now by putting the first element as 1, and yeah, that's all. I had to return answer by putting first element as 1, but let's try to understand after this if statement. So if we ignore this if statement, now we start from the digits. Digits became 0. We came out of the for loop. We made a new array answer. We assigned answer 0 first to be 1, answer's first element to be 1, and then we returned answer. So how are we making sure that the answer, like first element, first index, I mean answer 1, that is the first index, not the 0th index. 0th index has been given 1. How are we making that sure that answer's first index is being assigned 0? Let's ask, how are we making sure that answer 1 is 0? In the given code answer, when you create an answer using int n plus 1, Java automatically initializes all elements. Alright, learned a new thing. I wish I had known this before. I simply wish I had known this before. Nothing else. I just wish. I was trying to implement the logic. That's why I was trying to implement with the logic that answer's first element has to be 0. it is 0 by default. Answer explicitly set to 1. All the other elements in array answer 1 remain 0 because they were initialized to 0 automatically. Why this works for int value 0 0 0 0. All right. So the logic was right. I did take help from the GPT. I wish I would have figured that out, but I didn't know a few things, so I'll make sure. I'll keep that in mind. Until next time. Bye bye.